your projector.
Yeah, because it has to, the light has to.
Harkat is an art space. It's a production house. It's a film lab. It's a theatre space. Film lab as a space makes the most sense to Alpaviram and to us.
Harkat is bringing two things to Alpaviran. One is a 16 millimeter workshop, which is a shoot to develop workshop called Celluloid Kaarigar. It's going to introduce students to shooting and developing and hand developing analog film. And the second thing that Harkat is bringing, which is a film performance, it comes under an umbrella term called expanded cinema, called Ladies Log.
So basically what that entails is it challenges the notion of how one can view a film, how one can experience a film, and how a film goes beyond like the screen and like just what you see in like one dimension. And it's also very relevant to our space because we don't only work with film, we also are a theatre space. So for us this performance is really like a meeting together of our of theatre and cinema. So it's kind of like a hybrid performance. So Ladies Log itself is about it's kind of about like opening up little windows to lived experiences of women in public spaces. So the essence that one should take away from it firstly is first as women what we see and experience in public spaces, how that makes us feel, and also what that makes us desire out of like how we wish to occupy public spaces.
I think also the inspiration for the whole act, I think, came out just by taking some time out and just actually going out to the public spaces that we had access to, and that sort of opened our eyes to how public spaces are used for leisure by different genders very differently. First time we picked up the cameras and we went out to shoot for this performance, and we realized just how many men are on the streets just crawling about, minding their own business, occupying whatever pedestrian space they can, doing their own thing, while the women had to be sort of like, we had to pick them out of the crowd, which was, and it's not just about majority, minority in terms of numbers, it's about who has access and who uses a space for what it's for, and beyond that also.
Whatever thoughts you have, whatever ideas you have, whatever it is that you want to artistically output, we come from a very medium specific standpoint, and film happens to be that medium that we use to often put out thoughts that we have. Sometimes those thoughts take the form of zines, sometimes those thoughts take the form of installations, and they can take any which form. But coming back to the analog medium, 16mm actually was just a very ergonomic choice, if I can call it that. Apart from the fact that that 16mm has been the artist's medium of analog film since eons, since its inception in some way, because it was cheap, the aesthetic of it, the grainy aesthetic with this like mystical, melancholic kind of quality, like was natural to the size of the image and how it was in any case. And then it was appropriated, and then people sort of worked on it and developed their medium on it.
I'm just really happy to be in an art school like campus. Like every time I pass by like a studio window, I'm just looking in and seeing all the equipment. So that's been really nice.
I mean, the campus has a lot to offer to the people here, and it was really exciting, at least today, to see all the workshop participants get very excited after they took a shot and they heard the film whirring through the camera. And it's really cool to see that even though they are probably working with a lot of physical medium because they are design students or whatever, that excitement and that kind of like childlike wonder was very like, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, infectious to see that.
I think Alparam is a really lovely festival, and I wish more festivals like this existed in the country. Sadly, they don't. Like a very specific youth film festival, because mostly all the spaces are taken up by popular filmmakers, by people who appropriate space with their stardom and all kind. I'm not even talking about like big stars. I'm talking about like indie stars also.
We are here working with like a mixed bunch of students who come from different backgrounds. Like someone is from animation, someone is from visual communication. So it's just so interesting to see how each of them like approaches film. Like even when we are taking them through different stages of like celluloid filmmaking, like different ideas pop up in their heads just depending on where they are from. So I think that's really nice, this intersection of mediums that happens here. So yeah, there's a lot of room for things to like overlap and a lot of room to create. Yeah, so that's nice.